So who caused the problem, right? It's not working people. Is that right? Right. Not working people. It's the banks. Is it the banks?
Yes.
And the big corporations, right? And so we bailed them out, and now they've turned around, instead of the government bailing working people out, these corporations are trying to flip the whole crisis and put the blame back on public workers. So what we say is that it's time that everybody pays their fair share, because those corporations that we just talked about, and I think Chuck will get into this, are not paying their fair share. GE, I guess, is the poster child for this, a company that we all know that makes billions of dollars in profits and not only paid zero taxes, but actually got money back from the government. So what are we doing about it? There's three ways that our union's fighting back, and we really are doing it under the umbrella of what we call the fight for a fair economy, fighting for everybody to have a decent chance in this economy. One is that we're going in the offense where the collective bargaining has been lost in Wisconsin and Ohio. In Wisconsin, we have targeted the 7 legislators who voted who made the difference in that vote, and we've targeted them from recall. In Ohio, we have an initiative that will go on the ballot in November. Angela DeLeo, who's here in the back, it's dark so you can't see her, but she's going to talk about the fight for a fair economy in Boston, this right after lunch today. But the whole thing that we're doing now in the cities, 17 cities across the country, and a number of states, is to really build, to work with our community allies, to link arms with other people in the labor movement, and go into communities where there's high unemployment, where there's low-wage workers, and talk to people about what's wrong with this economy, and ask them what they think we should do. Because we need to tap into that anger that's out there about people not having jobs, tap into the anger out there about people and being not able to even afford to pay for these gas prices, right, to be able to get to work, and get people on the street. It is not about just getting to the ballot box. We always do that, and we do a great job on it. But what we need to do is mobilize people in the street protesting banks, corporations, the lack of them paying taxes, and calling and demanding that new jobs be created, that everybody get a chance to have a job in this country, and that they are good jobs. And the way that jobs are good is when people have the right to belong to a union. Are you for that?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? And then in 5 states, we decided to pilot to figure out a new way to try to do the work that we do. Because what we always did in the public sector, and we did a good job, was bargain contracts, fight for funding for public services and state and local government budgets. But in this climate, where we are being named and blamed for the trouble and being scapegoated, we believe we've got, and it's very hard to bargain. Right? I don't know how your local's doing, but in every situation, our locals around the country, because of this crunch, there's 2 things. There is a real funding problem, and we know who caused that problem, but we're also being blamed. And because the private sector density is so low, and those workers don't have good pensions anymore, and they don't have good health care benefits, it's not enough to just say, protect ours. We have to have a bigger campaign where we're fighting for everybody to have decent retirements, and we're fighting for everybody to have decent health care. So we're linking arms with people in the communities, and we're fighting a bigger fight in the states as well. We're fighting for the budgets, not just to protect our jobs, but for the vital services that we provide and for the consumers and the clients that we serve. We're putting forward solutions, and I'm going to talk about these. And we're naming the enemy and who's responsible in every one of these pilots. So in Connecticut, for example, the Bank of America pays 0 taxes. Not only do they pay 0 taxes, but the wages they pay their employees are so low that 20% of them are in the state health plan. Is that a disgrace? Is that a crime? They don't pay their share, and then they don't pay their workers enough money to have a decent life. So we're in Connecticut, our members are linking arms with the community, and we're calling out to the Bank of America, and we're telling the governor he's got to stop monkeying around with property taxes, because working people cannot pay any more property taxes. He's got to make corporations and the banks pay their fair share. And then in Oregon, our members at the state level are leading a whole campaign that's been written up in the Wall Street Journal, and it's about having a balanced solution to the budget crisis. It's about, we've proposed $1 billion worth of revenues that can be attained through efficiencies, right? From cutting some things, but also from rearranging the ratio of managers to workers, and actually about improving the way the services are delivered. So that's another way that we're leading the fight. And then in Washington State, again, we have Chase, the Bank of Chase, we have the Bank of America, and because of their corporate loopholes, the state is being deprived of $6 billion worth of revenue that would stop the cuts to social services, to the safety net, to local government, to education. And we're demanding in the streets in Washington that those corporate loopholes be stopped. So again, what this is all about, creating a national movement that we call the Fight for a Fair Economy, and it's really what we do in the cities, and there's going to be a tremendous opportunity to participate in Boston and the surrounding areas. Angela's going to talk about that right after lunch. It's about leading in the states, and it's about, we have the fight here in Massachusetts, but we may need your help in New Hampshire, right? Because in New Hampshire, we have a terrible attack on the right to work there, and if that legislation passes, it will, creep into other places. It's time for those who took all of America's wealth to give back to the rest of us. Do we agree with that?
Yes.
We got to have good jobs, and we got to make Wall Street pay, because that's the only way we're going to get good jobs. So it's about us. It's about, and this is wonderful that so many of you, I think that your attendance here has actually exceeded what we expected, right, Bruce?
Yes.
And what I think we're counting on, I think the member design team, what we're counting on is that you're going to take this information, that you're going to go back, you're going to talk to more members, we're going to get more members involved. Just imagine if each of you were able to get 3 more members involved, or 3 people in your community educated about what's going on in this economy. And I think Chuck is going to give us some good ideas about how we talk about this situation to everybody, how we can begin to get more and more people engaged about moving from despair, because everybody is worried about a job, right? We're worried about keeping our jobs. We're worried about our kids getting jobs, right? And we all have somebody in our family that's lost a job that we're helping take care of that family. So we are in this fight for ourselves, for our families, for our communities, but really for the future of the union movement in this country, because they are after us, because we are the last standing force to protect the middle class. Thank you very much.